Thank you for having me. I'm Amy. I make card games under the name Pink Tiger Games. And if you would have told me years ago that I would be a game designer, I wouldn't have believed you. Like, it still feels sort of unreal to me. Yet here we are. And it's also because of two big reasons. First, I don't really play tabletop games. Like, I like games, and there are some games that I really like, but I'm not into super complicated rules or a lot of strategy games, which is, they're pretty standard. And most party games, can be a little competitive or a little snarky or a little mean. And, I've played them in the past, but they're just really not for me at this point. And second, I never really thought I've belonged in games. The tabletop world is mostly men. It's like over 90%, white males. And, it's hard to feel like you belong when so few people look like you do. More than anything, I, the games I wanted to play just didn't seem to exist. And so, I love the idea of games that connect people, encourage storytelling, positive emotions and memories, or just emotions in general, even, right? Just like bringing, listening and deepen relationships and friendships. So I felt like that was missing. And once I had that idea, I knew that I would, regret it and think about it forever if I didn't try to make that. So what was important to me is that I made games that were radically inclusive, games that made everyone feel like they belonged. So to me, that meant making games with no exclusionary language, no assumptions about your race, your age, your gender, your sexuality, or physical abilities. I wanted games that were quick and easy to learn. Super important to me that, easy, quick, and rules that were flexible so you can make the game your own. That to me, I think, is really nice. It's important to have room to play. So three years ago, I made my first game. This is You Think You Know Me. It's a deck of 500 cards to playfully test how well you know the people around you. You Think You Know Me was inspired by all the assumptions that we make about each other from what we post on social media. But there's so much that will never go into a tweet or an Instagram post. We are full of endless stories, and also fascinating. Of course, I didn't have a publisher. I didn't know how to do a pitch or anything like that. So, being a first-time designer, it wasn't really an option for me. I started meeting people in the industry and they were super helpful, but I thought I'd go to Kickstarter, right, to see if the audience was there. And I had been playing with a prototype that I had made, and I played with friends and family and play tested a lot. And I even carried it around with me in my bag. I had You Think You Know Me with me all the time, even like at the gym. I'd be like, do you want to see the game I made? And yeah, so that's what I did. So I put it on Kickstarter, and it funded in about 3 weeks, almost double the goal. And now it has sold about 10,000 copies around the world, which again seems so unreal to me. Like, when I'm telling you about it, it feels like I'm not talking about me. So since then, I've been super excited to make more games. Like, I just love it, and I want to just keep going. So the concept for my second game hit when I was playtesting You Think You Know Me, and I wanted to make a compliment battle card game, a game where you compete to give compliments, because compliments can be really tricky, right? Like, for all of us, sometimes to give and or to receive feels, awkward. And so I wanted to make a game that could maybe help that. And so that game became Flatter Me. And Flatter Me is beautiful art by local Portland artist Ashley G, which I love. She's multi-talented and super awesome. So I designed it to be played like the classic card game of war. So you would go fast with the compliments, but hopefully still very sincere. And each of the cards has a compliment on it. And I also designed it to work sort of outside of the game. So if you wanted to give each card out as a token of affection or a gift to a friend or a loved one. You could put it in a greeting card. You could just hide it somewhere, you know, in a book or something in your house for a loved one to find. Or I thought it would be cool too to make it into sort of an affirmations deck. So I tried to make 3 things in one, and I like the idea that using it as an affirmations deck, you can pull a card. You know, if you're having like a dark moment or need a boost, you can, you know, pull out a flatter me card and give some kind words to yourself. Um, so while I was playtesting, though, of course, the game took on a life of its own, because as things do when you put them out into the world, right? Like you get to see how people actually interact with something. And what happened was the gameplay slowed down. People were like authentically, deliberately giving these compliments. It was so thoughtful and so lovely. And I'm a crier. I teared up quite a few times watching people play, because the moments you know, that people were sharing were really lovely. So again, I went to Kickstarter, and can you believe I launched in March of 2020? And I'm so grateful that it funded. It was a really rough time. 2020 is like no one's first choice. It's been so rough. But I'd been planning the Kickstarter for so long. I went ahead and did it as scheduled in March. And so all the Kickstarter backers just got their games in early September, and now Flatter Me is available everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but a lot of places. So, sorry, I don't want to lose a word I wanted to say. Oh, and so of course, since we're still in this sticky situation of pandemic, now that people have their Flatter Me games, but maybe aren't with their people that they want to share cards with, people have adapted it and been posting cards online. So I've seen on Twitter and on Instagram, people posting Flatter Me cards and tagging their friends to give them a compliment. So cool. And of course, like I said, I originally made it to be a 2-player game, but people have been adapting it for groups too, which is also super cool. It's exactly like my dream, is to have people make it their own. And I love when people teach me new ways to play what I thought I had designed, and it's all new. It's so cool. So I'm working on my 3rd game now, which I'm really excited about. But even after releasing 2 games, I still second guess myself, being a woman in the tabletop industry, and you know, making kindness focused games. Like luckily it's, you know, it's changing. Even in the past 3 years, there's more women, there's more people of color, so the trajectory is good. So I feel like everyone should be able to create in any space they want to be in. And so, yeah, let's keep pushing that way. So I also encourage you to make the things you want to make. Your original voice is so important. I told myself for years that I shouldn't, or I couldn't, for all sorts of reasons that were not reasons. Like I'll never do that to myself again, because it's radical to believe that you can make what you want to make, like I said, in any space that you want to create it in. So please make the thing you want to make, and you want the thing that you want to exist in the world, and someone will love it. So now, if you're up for it and you have your pen and paper, I wanted to workshop some compliments with you, and please put them in the chat if you want to. So I was thinking you could share, if you'd like to, a favorite compliment that you've been given, or a favorite compliment that you remember giving to someone that really landed, you know, that you could tell really meant a lot to someone. Or if you can share an affirmation, some kind words that you would like to hear today, something that you need, anything like that. So while you get started and writing, I just want to share with you how I wrote the Flatter Me cards. And what I kept in mind is I wanted a wide range of compliments, right? And I wanted to make sure that I had, you know, serious and sincere ones and direct ones, but I also wanted silly and playful and sort of, you know, sort of poetic and imaginative. Like You know, here's one card. It's you're as cute as a cupcake. So there's little food ones that are very silly. And then one that I like that is more poetic is you're as supportive as a lighthouse. I just like the way that, you know, visual is. And I, of course, wanted really deeply moving ones. And I also wanted to like flip language a little bit because while I was growing up, things like, you know, when you were told you were sensitive, it wasn't a compliment. And I think it should be a compliment to show sensitivity and vulnerability. And even I think when I was growing up, like the word, you know, like feisty or fierce, like those weren't positive things for someone to tell a child or a little girl. So yeah, I wanted to flip that language a little bit. So I like that these things are changing and that it's positive to be strong. It's also really positive to be sensitive and show feelings. And yeah, so and everyone's different. So I wanted the cards to have a lot of different moods and move, you know, work in a variety of ways for a variety of people and, you know, really resonate. And I still keep a running list of words and phrases in my phone in my notes section about compliments because I, you know, maybe a future expansion pack for Flatter Me. I don't know. Who knows? But, and plus I just love writing and I love kind words. So let's peek into the chat and see if there's some compliments that anyone would like to share. Oh, this is a good one. You are stronger than you think. Oops, it just scrolled away. Yeah, you are stronger than you think you are. Yes, you are. Oh, softer and stronger. That's beautiful. So lovely. Oh, I lost the chat. How do I get back in there? There it is. Your kindness is contagious. Yes. You inspire me. When I was doing the research for Flatter Me, everyone really loves to be told they're inspiring, which is really sweet. We all want to have like a positive effect on each other. And that was definitely a popular one. So anything having to be, you know, telling people they're inspiring, that just makes people's day. You're awe-inspired. You're too good for 2020. Nice. Oh. Oh, thank you. I love being around you. Yes, that's really sweet. You are powerful. So important. Oh, that's beautiful. I am alone. I am enough. You guys, these are so nice. Your talent puts a smile on my face. So sweet. Yeah, telling people you're proud of them is really lovely too, for sure. I love it. And you're brave. You're so brave. Lovely. You're such a good listener. Yeah, so good. You have the best smile. It's sweet. You're bold. You're valued. You're exceptional. Yes, yes, yes. You're the sunshine of my day. You make me feel so grounded. Your eyes sparkle. You're a badass. Yeah, it's funny. I decided not to put any swear words in my games, but in real life, I do swear a lot, like a pirate. But like a pirate, yeah. What am I saying? Like a sailor. Oh Lord, I'm nervous. I'm sorry. uh, you're the sugar in my candy. Oh, that's sweet. You radiate joy. You are a rock. So cool. There's so many good ones. Yeah, and pirates were too. Thanks, Hannah. Can you tell us about kindness and profanity? I don't know. I just tend to swear too much. I mean, too much, who's to say? I just am expressive. Did I miss any? You are calming, sweet, feisty equals alive and caring. That's right. Love it. Your breath smells good. Yeah, I said there's one about smelling good and Flatter Me, but breath I didn't touch, but oh, you make me feel like a Frank Sinatra song. That's very cute. Aw, What I miss? What I miss? Your eyes sparkle. So cool. I don't know. Kayla might need to tell me if I'm supposed to wrap up now because this we could just go on and on. This is so fun. I like all of you. You matter. Hi, Kayla. I hear you.
We're almost at 15 minutes, so if you're
Okay.
ready to wrap soon.
Oh, I hope everyone liked, writing compliments and thinking about compliments this morning. And thank you so much, Caitlin, for having me. And thank you for letting me share Pink Tiger Games with you. Yeah, thank you so much.